Wilson Morales from Black Women TV. Hello, folks. How's it going?
Good.
So, whose creation was this little brouhaha? Marseille?
Getting right into it. I think it was a mix of all of us, but I would definitely say most of the input and the concept of it all came from this amazing king right here. And when it's a team effort, we put it together the best way that we can so everybody's voices are heard. But for him, he's the one who wrote it.
Right.
He's the creator and the concept.
Well, she just gave you the alley-oop. Let's bring it home, Norman. How did this come about?
Well, Disney approached me like a couple years ago I did a movie called Roll Bounce years ago, and so they wanted to do a roller skating type show.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay. And then, I knew people from Genius, Marseille and her people, Nicole Dow, who runs her head of television, and they had met with Disney also. So it just felt like a good collaboration to get together and try to create something within that world. So that's how it all came together.
Small World. Malcolm Lee is one of my good friends. I know that was his third film.
Yeah.
And so you have the show about Saturdays and girls and roller skates, so when you were looking for your lead actors, was one of the conditions that they had to know how to roller skate, or did you have to train them?
No, they all went through boot camp.
Mm-hmm. For a long time.
Really?
Actually, yeah.
Oh yeah, no. When you see them on screen now, it's amazing to see just how, because some of them couldn't skate at all. I mean, they couldn't even stand up.
Not one person? Not one of the girls?
No, like a few people could skate.
Some could. And even in their audition, some of them were like, I do have experience in skating, but not much, but it didn't really butcher them getting the role or not. Because, we knew they had to go through training and stuff to be like a pro at it. So they're all exceptional at it now. Like they got it down.
Yeah.
And so what's the balance? So what's more the core of the show? Is it watching them skate or interjecting the storyline within their skating?
I think it's the latter. So, we deal with the Johnson family and Paris at home and the issues that go on with her family and her brother and her parents and her two best friends. And then, of course, when we're at Saturdays, we're having some skating. So I think it's pretty balanced. I wouldn't say it's like 70-30. I think it's like 60-40. So you do the story and there's a lot of roller skating involved. So we didn't want to do something where you just have like a little blip of skating. We didn't do that. And then at the end of every episode, I think you probably saw, we have a tag where we highlight some more skating. So we wanted to get that skate culture in there as much as possible.
I appreciated that, seeing, these youngsters and, the story, was that something that you looked for, all the people that probably auditioned, like, you know what, we'll find a way to get you in? Like the concept of just adding them towards the end.
Oh no. That, well, you know what? That just came from an idea. There's so many skaters out there and we wanted to just give them their due. Mm-hmm. Right? They're out there doing it, especially during COVID, they were out there doing it. And so we were like, hey, let's highlight some of these everyday people who roller skate and have a love for it and just try to put them on the show and let them do their thing. And so everybody can see that this is like a global thing.
Mm-hmm.
Marseille, are you good of or how good of you are as a skater? And will you be appearing in the show at one point or another?
I don't know. We're gonna have to see. I'm not sure.
Was that one of those won't confirm, won't deny answers?
I won't confirm nor deny. But I will say I'm pretty good at skating, but not I may need some boot camp. Just a little bit.
Right.
Just a little
really?
bit. I can stand though. Like, I can move if I have to. So.
How are you loving this producer angle? Obviously, we've seen you grow up. Obviously, you're doing a lot more now, behind the scene, and you're still young and got a lot more going on. How are you managing all this stuff from in front and behind the screen?
I will say it's a lot, but I'm grateful to be in this position where I can create and at least do have a seat at the table to create other opportunities for girls like me. And no, I mean, it's fun. It's exciting. I mean, every job has its ups and downs and it can be stressful at times, but that just comes with it. And I feel like when the excitement and the adrenaline to keep going outweighs the stress of it all, then that's a great sign to keep going. So, I love it. I enjoy it. I love acting in a lot of ways. I love producing in a lot of ways. But, I enjoy being behind the scenes and creating and kind of watching what we put on a pedestal kind of do its work. So I enjoy that part a lot.
There's a lot of programs on TV right now. Streaming, network, cable, your options to go to either theater, movie theaters, and stage theater. What's going to get an audience to watch this show? Because we have a glut of programs these days. You never know what's out there and what's going to keep people's attention week after week. Norman?
Wow, that's a kind of difficult question to answer. I will say this. I will say that if you watched the trailers, if you kept up with the show and all the press on it, I think one thing, the roller skating is something that really stands out. But I think as far as like seeing a show with a predominantly Black cast, young family, 3 Black girl leads, I think that's worth tuning in to check it out, to see exactly what is this story, what are their stories. So I think that's one of our, and I don't like to call it a hook, but I will say it's something that we haven't seen before that we need to see. So I think hopefully that anticipation to see that is out there.
Yeah. And I will also add, I think it's dope for it to be out there than for it to not be out there at all.
Yeah.
So being able to do it for an amazing platform like Disney is an amazing outlet, and being able to bring back what we once had when it came to Black Disney shows, and the nostalgic feel of it all is something that was really important. And at the end of the day, I mean, we created something that was beautiful and was fun and outgoing, and we all love to watch it. So for me, it's like, if you want to tune in, go ahead. We would like you to tune in, but just to know that it's there means a lot, for sure.
Well said. Congratulations on the show. Congratulations on being part of it, from behind the scenes. Keep doing your thing, and let's tune in. Take care. Wilson Morales from Black Film TV. Hello, folks. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. How are you?
So when the opportunity came up for this show, which one had that statement, fake it till you make it? Who knew how to skate and who didn't?
So I knew how to skate a little bit before the show. Actually, pretty good. I used to go to World on Wheels with my friends almost every Friday and Saturday. But actually being on the show, it allowed me to learn new tricks and actually, hone my skills. So now I can say I'm definitely a pro.
What about you, Danielle?
I could skate, glide, do the regular stuff. I would also go to World on Wheels with my friends too from LA. I'm sorry. So I would definitely skate a little bit, not as well as I can do now. So I was very happy I got to learn all the tricks and moves that I used to see and not actually be able to do. So now I can do it.
What about you, Peyton? Did you come in there knowing how to skate, or did you have to go to boot camp?
Yes, I went to boot camp. I went to hardcore boot camp. I skated a little bit when I was younger. I was thankfully enough, I learned had a couple weeks of skating before we actually went to Chicago and started skating all together. But other than that, I was at some hardcore boot camp. School, skating. Sleep, skating. Eat, sleep, skate.
And then, when I watched at least some of the episodes, obviously, you see the episodes, I mean, the tribulations that you guys as characters are going through. Is this something that each of you can relate with your friends?
Yes.
Hey.
Yes, definitely.
Oh,
Anyone
I have big ideas like Paris. I do a lot just like Paris. So being able to play a character that's very similar to me was very fun. And seeing her do a lot and have these crazy ideas and her friends just be like, okay, fine. It reminded me of myself. And I was like, oh, I do that. Oh, wow. Now I see how they feel. Whatever. I'm still going to do it anyway. So that's how I related to Paris.
How about you, Darla? How do you relate to the character you're playing?
Well, Simone has this bohemian chic and an earthy touch. I didn't really have that, but while diving into the character, I learned a lot about it as far as chakras and crystals. But overall, me and Simone and I, we both love our edges in our hair. We have our Hoops and Swirls. We are about our fashion, our earrings, our jewelry. Jewelry is such a big part of who I am, whether it's ear cuffs, it's earrings, necklaces. See, I got my Dion to represent Daria, bracelets and anklets and toe rings. So definitely jewelry is like a big part of who Simone and I are. And so I'm glad that we got to share that.
What about you, Peyton? When people watch you on the show, will they see a little bit of yourself in it, in the character you're playing?
I would definitely say so. I love fashion. I don't really have necessarily a distinct style. Like one day I'm 90s and then the next day my outfit's kind of like gothic and all black. I don't really know where it comes from, but it's just all over the place. And I would say that Ari really, really loves fashion. And while you may not see a goth side of her per se, she definitely has a lot of fashion tendency. And she's just so fun and goofy and loopy. And my friends definitely can see that side of me. They see funny Peyton all the time. But I do definitely think that there are some differences between me and Ari, but you can definitely find those similarities in there somewhere.
But you, Danielle, obviously, when you do a role like this and you're on a lot of the pages, how much of your skill set of your actress is evolving?
I feel like I am diving into different characters. And for me as an actress, I want to have like a bunch of variety in learning how to do like the funny characters, mean characters, the irritating characters. So as an actress, and even with Saturdays and like the different things that we go through throughout the series, I definitely got to show range. There were some dramatic scenes, some angry scenes, some happy scenes. So I'm very happy that I got to show my range as an actress with this show and also do some comedy, which I love. It's so much fun. So yeah.
There are comedies in these sketches that we see. So for the other two, Darla and Peyton, do you find yourselves having any funny bones? It's one thing when you're auditioning for a show, and then when you know that it's part drama, part comedy, you have to ask yourself, am I a funny person or is it all in the script? Darla?
Daria. And,
Daria.
I like to think I'm a funny person. My friends, they laugh at my jokes. I make a couple jokes here and there. But, from the audition process, I knew that this was going to definitely be a hilarious show. It's going to be a groundbreaking show. But actually diving into the scenes and actually doing the work, I was like, oh, this is hilarious. Because, whether we just improv and we just flow in the moment. I want to say there was one specific scene. I'm not going to give too much away, but we were in the kitchen. We were baking cookies and packaging cookies. We made a whole song about it. We completely destroyed the Johnson kitchen just to package the cookies. It was crazy, but it was definitely so much fun. So, it's just so much fun with these girls, and we brought the scenes to life.
And Peyton, how do you wrap it up?
I like to think I'm funny as well. I like to make some jokes here and there, but I do definitely think we had some amazing writers on this show. So even without the physicality or the comical aspects that I sure hope I brought or I tried to bring, I think that the writing was really incredible and really funny in itself. Just reading it was like, oh, that's funny. And then also learning how the cast acts and hearing their voices after a while of like reading scripts, I'm like, oh, there it goes. I know how Jermaine is going to say that. I know how Danielle is going to say that. I know how Daria is going to say it. I can hear it in my head. So already laughing at it without even being with them is, that's my little spill.
Congratulations to the three of you. The chemistry sells on and off camera.
Thank you.
Keep it so. Let's hope we get that audience so we can see more of this, and we'll talk down the road.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Wilson Morales, Black Women TV. Hey guys, how's it going?
Very well. How are you?
Good.
You've had a certain amount of TV shows and films throughout the years. Now you're on this particular one. What led you to say yes? The script or the paycheck?
You took my line.
There you go.
You already know, man.
Well, you can go. You wanna...
Come on, Omar.
From Disney for me, I think because I my 13-year-old, I keep saying this. I know people are like, oh my God, did we do this again? But no, but she grew up watching Disney. And by virtue of, I grew up watching Disney because, you're watching these shows with your kids. And I'm always looking at the parents. And I would say to myself, I'm like, it would be so cool to be a parent on a Disney show, and look what I will. But I think it was important for me to do this when it came across my way. My agents brought this to me because I felt like this is a piece of just a piece of culture that I think is important for my family, representation, seeing that for the young kids, these teenage years are very hard. It's different than from when I was a teenager, and so I just feel like having representation, it's paramount. I think we don't realize how important it is for these young kids to see people who look like them and families that look like them. And you do better when you see people who represent you. Right. And so I feel very proud to be part of this.
No, absolutely. Well, how the process works, especially in this day and age, is you get sides. They don't send us the full script. You don't know the full spectrum of what it is that you're signing on for. So I look at it's the writing for me. When I saw the lines, I said, okay, wait a minute, this is my wheelhouse right here. I can do this. Cal, he's funny. He's got a quick wit. He likes to rub it in when he wins, and there's little certain things there. I said, okay, well, let me do this. Let me put a little improv on it. You meet the producers, you see how how that in the room, how that feels and everything. And I say yes. I had no idea that it was going to be as huge as it's become. When we got out to Chicago to film, we did the pilot in New Orleans. So I don't even think that it was initially going to be a Chicago-based, that being a major part of the storyline. But it totally fits. The culture out there of roller skating is huge.
Mm-hmm.
The JV skating that we lived up to. I think we pulled it off.
Yeah, I think we did. I think we did. I mean, it was no easy feat.
No, it wasn't.
We did.
No, literally.
Even though you guys are playing the parents, but have you had a chance? Did you have to go to boot camp and skate as well? Or that was like, oh, we don't have to do all that.
Oh no, we did all that.
No, we did all that.
Definitely had to do all that. We actually started practicing and training about a month before we actually flew to Chicago, and then we still had more to do there. So these are, Saturdays. It's like little productions, like little movies. Like there's choreography. There's skate training. There's a lot that goes stunt team. There's no doubles for me though. No, but there's a lot that goes into. A lot that goes into each and every one of these episodes. Yes. So, it looks like it's just so easy. It's 22 minutes, but I mean, we sweat, some tears, when you're falling.
So basically we're not going to see any stunt doubles doing any of your scenes, right?
No, man. Who did no, there was one I fall off a ladder and they brought the brother in. I said, I don't look like me. And I saw the replay. So we do look like me. They did good. They were able to freeze it. And I be like, oh,
the hair is different.
You'll see like the legs or something, but no, like weird, stunt double.
So, when you do a show like this and it's a comedy drama series, how much of your skill set as comedians, or somewhat comedians gets evolved? Golden?
That's a good question. I think a dramedy, if we can say that. I don't know if this falls under that spectrum, but I feel like a lot of your sort of creative prowess is, sort of challenge, because you do have to find those intricacies between the funny and the grounded and the real connection, but being able to pull back and end it with a funny beat or funny button. Right. It is like playing an instrument. And I think comedy, for me, it is so much harder than just doing a straight drama, exhibit A, exhibit B. Like it really takes a lot of skill set and tonality and listening. If you're one beat late, it doesn't land, especially if you're setting up a joke for another character. Right. So I feel like I was definitely having to stay on top of my game.
No, definitely. Yeah. You got to know when to speed up, slow down, take your time, find those moments in the scene. There's a lot of good moments, a lot of good messages here. It's not preachy, but it's just enough to make you say, you know what, I can relate to that. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think we can.
But not only comedy, but chemistry. Putting together a TV show with an ensemble is like putting together a boy band from yesteryear. You gotta find the right chemistry for we, the audience, to buy you guys as parents that know each other and love each other. So how do you two guys, get connected? Did you guys know each other prior to that, or did you guys have to go in there, take some time to know each other so that we can see the chemistry on screen?
No, it was all God. It was amazing. Like in the first chemistry read that we met, they thought we knew each other.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, "Hey, go to," you know, when you get to, when you've been in the business so long, sometimes I'm like, "Can I be?"
Yeah,
Hey, what's up? And like, no, first time handshake. But she was great, man. You know, especially with all her wealth of knowledge as an actress, anyway. So like, and I don't know that. You know, I'm just going, well, she seems nice. Let's see what happens when we get on set. And it was like, okay, I got to stay on my A game. She know what she's doing. She timing, she improv, whatever you want to throw at her, change a line. She got it already memorized. Like, okay, no flubs, nothing, just, you know, flawless. So that's great. It made me have to step it up. So the evolution definitely happened from episode 1 to episode 15. You know, I felt much more polished. I said, okay, all right, this is, you know, real clear.
Takes one to know one. I mean, this one, his choices have choices. His jokes have jokes. I mean, he is just so quintessential, you know, an artist on every level. And I had to come correct because he's so cool about it, but yet Omar is very specific and very laser focused when it comes to these scenes and asking questions. And I mean, he takes it very seriously. It's our craft. It's what we do. So it's not like he's just showing up. Hey, I'm here. Like he really showed up and did the work. So it made it easy.
It's a good thing you're rich. I'd have to pay her some money for that.
You showed up. You showed out. The whole ensemble
Showed
did.
up and showed out.
You know, congrats on the roles. You know, congrats on the series. I'm sure we'll talk again. Season 2.
Hey,
Thank
I
you.
like that you think it, brother.
Wilson Morales, Black Film TV. What's up, folks? How's it going?
How we doing? Going good.
You know, so Jermaine, how good are your DJ skills?
Oh, I can tell you now, I can select some great music. As far as transitioning, I'm still working on that. Okay, I'm not to the point where I'm like, look, I'm booked and busy right now in the DJ market, but he getting there. Okay, I took my lessons. I did my homework on it, so I'm getting there.
You know, when anyone takes on a role, and you know, whether it's the size or the entire script or the character, when they tell you about the role, there's got to be a little bit of themselves that's part of you. How would you say you relate to the character you're playing, Jermaine?
I feel like I can relate and also just connect with London in general, seeing how his dynamic is with his family and especially his sister. I too have myself have a younger sister, and seeing how much, mind you, he bickers with her. He has those days where like they're annoyed at each other, they're always getting into something with each other. But at the end of the day, the end of the episode, we still see that the love is there. And if not, it's always stronger at the end versus how it was in the beginning. And that's one thing that I for sure resonated with. Another thing that I feel like mirrored a lot was just his tenacity and dedication for everything he put his mind to, whether that be his friendship with Derek or how he views his family or just helping his family out with stuff. But that's one thing that I for sure connected with is just how dedicated he was to whatever he did, where it's like, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. So, yeah.
What about you, Tim?
Well, Derek, I love this character because he's so bold. You go see through the season, he's just really bold and energetic. And like Jermaine was kind of talking about, like with our friendship, one of the guiding things with us is that we want to make it in this music industry. So it's like, okay, whether we giving our mixtape to an artist coming into town or whatever the case may be, look, if it's an opportunity, we gonna go for it. So I love that aspect to their friendship. And then like Derek's always over their house. He's that type of friend. Hey, what your mama cooking? What's going on?
Like he ain't eat before he came over there. Yeah.
Because you know you're gonna get fed. You know you're gonna get fed. You know?
Exactly. Look, he did that. Go ahead, come over there. Yeah.
Now, when you took on this role, did you also have to go to boot camp like the ladies did and learn how to skate, or did you know how to skate before?
I myself knew how to skate beforehand. I was good. I'm gonna say I was a good skater. I'll go in, do a couple laps, and pop back off, sit down, and go back on. But as far as tricks and stuff goes, I was like, no, I'm gonna play it safe. I'm not gonna embarrass myself. But we did go through skate camp with the girls, with the entire cast, which is one thing that we really did appreciate. That production did. Disney and Norman were like, okay, we're going to have you guys all do this together, because it made us, one, grow fonder of each other. We were already very much like close as it was, which was wild, because some of us had met each other that day when we got to, like, oh man, it's first time meeting you, because we had new characters added to the show. But it, for sure, the family aspect of the show amplified after that skate camp, because man, we was in the mud together. Yeah.
What about you, Tim? You got any moves? You know, can you backflip and, you know, do
I be doing somersaults. I be blah blah blah. That's me. No. I got some moves now, but in the beginning, the floor was like my friend that I did not want to have.
It was locked in.
Yeah, I was falling a lot. But yeah, through the process, through skate camp and everything like that, it was really fun, where I got to kind of watch them as well, because they were more experienced. And so I was like, okay, if they doing it, I gotta work harder. And it just inspired me to work harder and everything. And, you know, I got some moves now. I got my shoot the duck move.
He's good now. He's so good now.
You know, when you work with this ensemble, you know, it takes some time before the chemistry sets in, offset, before we can see it work on screen. How was it working with the rest of the cast, whether it's boot camp or anywhere else, before you said, okay, we can do this, all because we're all connected?
Man, to be honest, it was from the jump. Like, I feel like the chemistry with everybody was huge. And like from the jump, and not just like with a few actors or a few performers, like it's with every person, whether that be the main cast, that be the guest stars and the co-stars, like everybody. Like, it felt like such a family-based show. It's wild. Like, it felt like we was going to the family reunion every day. I'm like, man, all right, cool. Going to work. Well, it's not really work, because like we having fun, you know? And it literally, as the season progressed, it just continued to amplify, because everybody knows how much we respect each other as performers, but also as people, and how much the love is there. And it shows so much and so well, I think, throughout the whole first season.
I agree. Yeah. So Jermaine and I, we've been friends for some time now. So I knew this guy. So it was fun working with him. And then everybody else, like he said, we were glued together. That's family. And from the first table read, we were like, yeah, we got some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you made it work. Congratulations on the roles. Keep it going. Let's hope we can get a season 2, so we can take more and see how these characters evolve throughout the first season.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.